In this video, you're going to watch me create a lead magnet in real time. Lead magnets are very important because these are the thing that are going to get you tons and tons of leads from ads, from outreach, from content, and all of that kind of stuff. And if you don't have good lead magnets, you're basically not going to get any leads. You're going to be stuck begging for referrals, hope and prayer marketing, and all of that kind of stuff. So I thought it would be very, very interesting to do this so you can see the actual process behind it. Not only will you see the kind of standards that you need to hold yourself to, but you're also going to see that it's not sunshine and rainbows, so to speak. I know when you see a lot of lead magnets and you see a lot of people's YouTube videos that are so scripted and so edited, it's kind of like the final product or the highlight reel. But when you're actually going through it, it's kind of a messy process. So this video is for anyone who wants more leads, anyone who wants to position themselves as the authority in their target niche, which is what lead magnets do, and eventually for anyone who wants to earn $1 million per year take home or more. This video is not for any of you TikTok brains out there who can't focus for more than 4 seconds at a time, or people who like to watch videos with a bunch of scripting, editing, phony nonsense, tons of jump cuts. And it is also not for people who are lazy and do not put in any work. So my goal for you for this video is I want you to watch the entire thing, even if it's just playing in the background, even if you have to do so in multiple sittings. And I want you to take notes either on an actual piece of paper or in your app and write down 10 ideas for the lead magnet as I go through it that you can apply to your own business. This, I hope, is going to open your mind to new ideas and get you excited about the possibilities for your lead magnets. And then it's going to also show you the standard for what you need to achieve in terms of quality if you really want to scale. We also want to watch this entire video because, like I said before, your lead magnets are a crucial part of the path to earning $1 million a year or more. And the absolute worst thing that we can do to our girlfriend or wife and mother is to earn less than $1 million per year. Just think about it. They're going through their day. People ask how their son is or how their boyfriend or husband is, and they can't even brag. So lead magnets are a very, very important part of getting to that. So I'm going to be building this lead magnet in real time. You're going to see what it's actually like to do this and not some edited video or final product. And I'm going to try to get as much done as I can in 60 minutes. And if needed, I might go to 120 minutes. I'm doing this live. You'll kind of just see how long the video is on YouTube, but I have no way of knowing at this point. If you don't know who I am, my name is Matthew Larson, and I'm 29 years old from Canada. But I normally live in Dubai, New York City, Miami, LA, that kind of stuff. Over the past 12 years, I've had 3 agency exits, one Facebook ad agency in 2017, an Amazon agency in 2018, and a landing page agency in 2023. And I currently have a non-compete clause from starting another agency until July 2026. So right now I'm just consulting with about 550 different agencies per month, mostly with lead gen, but there's operations, there's AI. There's employee hiring and training, that kind of stuff. So let's get into what are lead magnets. Inside the actual funnel that we need to be talking about and that we need to be building for ourselves, the lead magnets are kind of where I have my mouse right here. They're in the middle of the funnel. So normally you're going to be driving ad traffic, you're going to be driving content, you're going to be driving all that kind of stuff to your lead magnets, which will have a landing page and a form. They'll fill out the form. They'll get the lead magnet in an email flow and they'll be inside your CRM and they'll be a lead, so to speak. The problem that a lot of agencies face are they don't get enough attention. They don't get enough leads. All of their clients come from referrals and they have no way to monetize unqualified traffic. And these are all big problems, aren't they? They plague agencies of all sizes, all niches. They're not revenue specific. And lead magnets are going to solve problem number 2 of not getting enough leads. They are a very essential part in this process. And basically, we have a landing page in the form. We trade the lead magnet for their name, email, phone number, maybe their website, maybe their revenue, maybe whatever other information that you want. Then they're in our system. And like I said, the nurturing process begins. When we're making this lead magnet, we need to follow what we call the VAR formula. So we have the valuable, even though the lead magnet is typically free. Are you going to pay $50 for it, or would you pay $50 for it? If the answer is no, it is probably shit and you need to figure it out and probably start over. Is it actionable? Can they get some quick wins with this? The point of the lead magnet is to give away a lot of information for free And then they get some quick wins, prove to themselves that you actually know what the fuck you're talking about. And then they go and book a call. It's not give them some basic ass information that, you know, makes you look stupid or something they could just Google in 5 seconds. And then the final one is the lead magnet readable? A lot of the time they'll have that big wall of text. That's not good either. So one image and one idea per slide. And if there's no slides, let's say it's Google Doc, one idea and image per like large headline, so to speak. When you make these good lead magnets, you're obviously going to get more leads as a total true number, but your leads are also going to be a lot more nurtured and view you as the authority in your niche. This makes it so they're much more likely to book a call. And when they get on that call, they're going to be easier to close. And when they're a client, they're going to be more bought in because they view you as the authority and more likely to do what you say. So, with that being said, let's get right into the actual creation. And the standard format that I'm going to use is title, introduction, table of contents, what, why, how, examples, step by step plan of action, and then an offer and a pitch. Because we are trying to get some calls with these. We're not just trying to give away all our stuff. So, one caveat in here where you see the what, why, and how, that is going to be duplicated for every step of the lead magnet. So, let's do two scenarios. One scenario is like you just have a lead magnet on how to make a good thumbnail. You might just have what, why, and how in there. But on the other hand, the other alternative, if you have a lead magnet on how to do everything with YouTube and there's, titles, ideas, scripts, thumbnails, editing, you would have what, why, and how for every section. So your lead magnet would just be a lot longer. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into another thing and we're going to get started on this lead magnet. So I actually need to create a lead magnet for my new offer. And it is kind of more of a high level offer on how to actually scale your agency once you're probably past the like 500K per year type thing. And basically what I'm going to be doing with this lead magnet is trying to get them to manage their time better, get a better stranglehold or better grasp on their business. And when they do this, it's going to prove that I know what I'm talking about in this area, and then they're going to hire me. Amazing, right? So this is going to be, 5 huge agency wins you can do in the next 24 hours. And the title here, because remember, let's go back to the format. The title is actually very, very important because you want to really do a few things. And if you go back to that Alex Hermosi value formula, value equation, remember that. So your dream outcome, your perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay, and effort and sacrifice. You can't really, I would say, increase the perceived likelihood of achievement unless you have like a bunch of followers, maybe, like, or your ad that's promoting this has a bunch of likes, maybe, but you can't really do that by the title itself. But you can do the dream outcome, you can do time delay, and you can do effort and sacrifice. So 5 huge agency wins. We could probably make that even better over time, but I want to get on with the video a little bit. But you can see that time delay and effort and sacrifice, just by having within the next 24 hours with 5 different wins, implies it's not like that, troublesome or not that much effort type thing. So now let's go and basically, the first thing I always do with these lead magnets is I'm going to basically lay out the sections. And I'm using gamma ducts here. You are an adult, presumably over the age of 18. You can do whatever you like. So I'm going to go, the table of contents is next. And then I'm going to do basically the win number 1. And then I'm going to go win number 2. And then I'm going to do win number 3. And I'm going to label them after, but I'm just laying it out here. Win number 4. Oops, what am I doing here? Win number 5. Let's just put a few more here because we're going to need them anyway. So win number 5. And then we're going to go examples. We're going to go plan of action. And that's kind of going to be like, because we have what, why, and how, and the plan of action is kind of going to be a shortened version of the how, like just actually how to do it fast. Then we're going to go do the offer and the pitch. So typically what I do is, funnily enough, I usually do the introduction last, just because when you do it last, it's kind of like you can incorporate a lot of the stuff from the actual lead magnet inside it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go table of contents. So I'm basically going to go introduction. I'm basically going to say what I did before. We're kind of just going to um, leave out a lot of that stuff, or if that makes sense. So introduction, table of contents, win number 1, win number 2, win number 3, win number 4, win number 5, examples, summary, and then how I can help you. Because remember, this is just a framework I had for the start of this video, but now we actually have to like remake this insert. So win number 1 for me is going to be the work form, or timer plus work form plus accountability system. And then this is going to be operations spreadsheet. And this one is going to be the metric tracking spreadsheet. This one is going to be the project management build. And the last one is going to be, what should I make the last one? Project management build, operations spreadsheet, project management. We're going to do the CRM build, but I'm going to save that for the next spot just because I want to think of something perhaps a little bit better if possible. I don't plan this, or I didn't plan this video ahead of time just because I want it to be as authentic and real as possible. But I think I'm actually going to do this as the daily schedule, like how to actually time your bank. And I'm also going to put basically like Q&A, questions and answers, here as well. So that's what I'm going to do. So now we have to basically, let's take this. Let's put that there. And then there are like, this is just a framework, remember? Like, as I said before, you are probably an adult over the age of majority in whatever country you live in. I'm just trying to show you an example of what I do. So there's like there's tons of different options, and there's no such thing as the perfect framework for a lead magnet. Like I'm going to do what, why, and how for each of these, but you could also do basically like, you could do a problem solution implementation result framework. You could do pretty much anything you want here. So basically, just keep that in mind. So work form plus timer, operations spreadsheet, metrics tracking spreadsheet. And it's very important, in my view at least, that you kind of like have your like outline in there before that, like before you do anything else. Because if you don't have your outline, so to speak, everything else is going to be messy and you're going to like think that you didn't do something, or, all of this kind of stuff. So I just had to make this accurate here. Oops, questions and metrics, question and answers. So basically what I'm going to do here, we've basically, let's go what, why, and then how. What, why, how. I could probably just copy and paste that. What I might actually do is I might actually just go here and just take out the example section altogether type thing. And just put it after the how. Because I think like you kind of want to just keep it all in one. You don't want them to click away, so to speak, to get the example going. So we might just do it like that. Questions and answers. I usually probably try to do about 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These should kind of like 8, 9, 10. You can kind of think of these as like trying to handle objections, so to speak, where like these are the things that I want them to do, because if they do these things, they're going to see that I know what they're talking about. Even these things, this is free information. They might still have objections on, why they shouldn't do that. So that would be something of that nature. So, metrics tracking spreadsheet. And if this is boring you so far, I would say that is mostly just life, but I am trying to make it as interesting as possible. If you can't watch this video up to 15 minutes so far just to lay it out, you're probably not going to make it anyways. So I don't really feel too bad. Like, again, this is not for the TikTok brains out there. So let's go here and let's actually get right into it because we can do the introduction later. We need to get this done to do the Q&A and summary. So let's just get at it here. So the first thing I like to do is a timer and a work form and accountability system. So, you know what? Many people have trouble actually getting work done. Their biggest problem is not that they don't know what to do or how to do it. Their biggest problem is themselves and their lack of focus. Having this system will, or having the system is like natural Adderall. No, that's more like why. Yeah, that's more like why. So the the number one way to get work done in 2025 and beyond is to use a combination of a timer, form, and overall accountability system. W- We will work in 60-minute deep work sprints, put sprints in brackets, using an actual timer to keep track. Anyone can focus for 1 hour. When you do, anyone can focus for 1 hour. Then we can take a break and do it again. We will log what we did every hour using a form. This way, this holds us accountable to doing actual real work because we will have to write down what we did and show proof of results. We will send the responses to the form using Zapier, Make.com to our accountability group to prove that we are doing work. This will bring a good sense of public shame if we do not. In addition to that, their forms will also be submitted to us so we can see they are working, which will provide us with with increased motivation. Here we go. So that would be good enough in my view for what we kind of want to have one idea and image per slide eventually. When we combine why their biggest problem was themselves and their lack of focus, they could get stuff done. They could achieve big things, but they choose distraction over focus and entertainment over education. This is a shame because they will be in the same place a year from now as they are today. We kind of want to, use some salesmanship here. So by using this system, or we will ensure we get at least 10 hours of work done per day. We will repeat this system 10 times per day to ensure we work at least 10 focused hours, and we will do so from Monday to Saturday while taking Sundays off. This is the standard work week in a country like China. You're never going to get less work done by working longer hours, trust me. No matter what the hippies say, it's just how it is. By using the system, we will ensure that we get at least 10 hours of work done per day. That will allow us to get better things. So how do we do this now? So the first thing we need to do is buy a buy a cooking timer off of Amazon. You do not have to spend a lot of money for this. Anything will do. I do not recommend using a phone or computer timer as it is a point of possible distraction. So let's just go. Amazon.com cooking timer. So let's just go to our kitchen timer, I guess. Let's just go to this one here. Oh, look at that. I purchased this one twice. Practicing what we preach. Can you believe that? Oh my god. Here here, let's just go buy it here. And then we'll go link just because we don't want it to be absolutely crazy uh, UTM code. We could just delete the UTM code. That's fine. Go to Google Forms and create a sprint or create a form. The form should have at least 3 questions on it. 1 hour plus day. Example, February 18th, hour 8, which is what I'm working on right now. It's real time there. What did you do during this hour? Please be detailed. Where is the proof? Link some of your work or screenshots. You could have that as the questions. So sign up here. So if we go to Google Forms here, so we'll just put this for now, just because I have a Google Forms account and currently do this, so wouldn't sign up for it. The next thing is going to link your Google form to a Google Sheet. This will house all of your responses. This is good because then you can look back and see how much work you did or didn't do. Here is how a guide on how to do this link. So let's just go how to connect Google Forms to Google Sheets. And this is how to do it there. You can also create a loom if you're feeling adventurous, which I'm not. Go to create an accountability group of at least 3 other people that are in a similar situation to you, and hopefully you have some respect for. That would be nice. Create this on iMessage or WhatsApp. Send Zapier notifications every time you submit your work form to the other members of the group. So here is a video on how to do this. I basically am not going to create that video during creating this video, but I'm just going to put loom.com here, and then it would be a loom. And that's basically like how you would do this. And then an example, here is the work form that I use. And we'll go to Matt's work form. So I just have 2 questions on here because I actually do work, and unlike some other people who are probably watching this video, I'm actually productive. So you can just think of it like that. So there. Now we're done step 1. And now let's do the operation spreadsheet. So once people are generating enough leads and getting enough clients, the next bottleneck becomes operations. As you grow, you cannot train or coach or answer questions all day. You will be busy promoting and growing the business by doing high leverage tasks such as paid ads, YouTube. You need to have one central location that houses all of your tasks, SOPs, reminders, verifications, checklists, trainings, and more. That way, when someone has a question, you can send them to this location. The best place to do this, place in terms of ease and cost, it's free. To do this is a Google spreadsheet. What did I say? Because you kind of want to like have a little consistency up here. So what? The number one way to create an operations dashboard or headquarters is by either creating a operations spreadsheet if you are cheap and have no technical ability, or an entire Airtable build out if you like to pay exorbitant fees and have some technical ability. You can probably tell which one I prefer, but I do agree that when you're a bigger company, you're probably going to want to use Airtable. This dashboard will hold everything. You will set it up to keep all of your tasks, who does them, when they do them, trainings, SOPs, checklists on how to do them, and more, so that everything anyone would need to know about operations, all your recurring tasks, can be found in one central location. So that's what. So now how? So the first thing you will do is sign up to a Google spreadsheet. And I'm going to open my operations thing here. Just because I'm going to have to put it in my examples anyway, and it's going to be easier to make it. Let's just throw in the operations here. Nope, that's the wrong one. Aha, here it is. So let's delete that because it looks weird. Put that in here. Let's put the example. Here is an example of a partially filled out sheet that we use at our company. We are currently building this out, so it should be a good example. And I seem to have been, there we go. There we go. Look at how nice that is an example. The easiest way to do this is just to make a copy of this sheet and then put the link. That is what you're going to want to do in your lead magnets. You're giving them something. You're not just making life harder for you and them. You know, you shouldn't have to explain that, but some people are crazily like just just dumb. Like that's the thing about it. I don't know how else to say it. In From left to right, you need to lay out the following columns. So task, uh, um, yeah, it's kind of a weird task name. Oh, it's relying on other tasks. I'm gonna hide that for now. I get confused by my own stuff. How amazing is that? Think job title, actual person. So like this is, and you're gonna have this specialized added to calendar, checkbox, description of reminder, reminder added to calendar. Like you're gonna hopefully have some technical knowledge yourself on like or an idea of what you'd want to do for this. Um, like that would be nice, right? Like I'm not gonna, if you don't have any knowledge or any experience, you're gonna not make a very good lead magnet, to be honest. but you're going to have something and go above and beyond, to be honest. You need to go absolutely above and beyond because that is what's going to, if you didn't know, that's what's going to actually get you clients. Remember, the entire thing that I'm doing here is basically giving them enough information to the point where they're going to test it for themselves. They're actually going to do this. And if they already have 5 of my core ideas done and they're using them, that's proving it to themselves that what I'm saying actually works. And they're going to be exponentially more likely to buy my offer or your offer, whatever you're doing for it. So schedule 1 hour per day in your calendar to work on this. Do not, fill out every single task and all that goes with it until you are done. There we go. That's how to do it. And here is an example. I'm going to put the link there one more time. So now we are about, what is that? 2/5 done. We need to have a metric tracking sheet to give er, that holds all of our important metrics for lead generation, sales, operations, employee management, and more. This will give us great visibility into our business and help us identify bottlenecks, areas of opportunity, and things we are doing poorly, as well as things we are doing well. A spreadsheet is the best way to do this as it is easy to use, easy to share with others, and you can use a lot of mathematical formulas, Excel, to calculate things easier. In all my years, I have never seen a more effective way to do it. I've tried all of the apps and softwares, and they all are terrible in comparison and usually cost a lot of money. There we go. Should learn to spell. Should learn to spell. So I'm going to go back to the examples. So I'm going to go to a metrics tracking spreadsheet here. Let's just bang this one out here. Just going to do this. And if this doesn't seem fair to you, or like you're just wondering, like, this is stuff that you should have. If you don't have any intellectual property, you don't have anything good, like, you don't deserve to get clients. And that's just the way about it. It's not exactly an inspiring message, but to be honest, maybe it's one that you need to hear quite a bit. So I'm going to, that kind of failed, that copy and paste there. So let's call this one metrics instead. And let's put that here. So you see in a metrics tracking spreadsheet, you have all of your different metrics, I guess, as the title suggests. You have stuff you can input, you have your formulas, all of that kind of stuff. Very important part of any agency. This is the metric tracking spreadsheet we use in our mastermind. It has everything you need in terms of standardized metrics and has space for you to add your own. You can make a copy of this here. And then the link again. Let's learn to spell. Let's just go here and then we'll go here. So let's go back to here. Let's just say, let's go to Y. If we do not have proper metrics, we have absolutely no idea what is going on inside business. And unfortunately, this is the position that most people find themselves in. You are not a serious business owner if you do not track your metrics. Mm, Let's move that up a bit. I don't know why my camera is so blurry. Well, there it's fixed, it looks like. Is it fixed? Let me see if I can turn down the brightness a little. Oops, not like that. There, that might be better. So you are not a serious business owner if you do not track your metrics. When you do track your metrics, you will be able to see what is wrong in your business and where the constraints are. You will be able to fix these constraints. You will, once you fix these constraints, you will experience the next leg or next level of growth. So, how? So, create a spreadsheet and track the following things. Some of these will be manual inputs, and then you can use formulas for the rest. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to put this here too, because remember, you're trying to give them stuff. So, what do we have here? So, what I'm going to do here is I have a chat GPT open. I'm going to basically take all of these metrics here. Probably could have done that something quicker, for example, to copy and paste it, but whatever. List these out in bullet point form so I can have them in a document. Do not record the week one. Record everything else. There we go. Let's wait for that to go here. So basically, let's go back to this. So assign someone, usually an admin or assistant, to record these every Friday so you can see them. Go over all of these metrics on Saturday while you have some time alone. Create a 5-step plan to improve any metric that is not up to standard. Assign someone to improve that metric on Monday, or to improve all of those metrics on Monday. So let's go back and see. Should be done. I don't think that's all of them, but the purposes of this video, just say that's all of them. Oops, that doesn't look good. So after this, we are basically done 60% of our actual content there. After that, we'll use ChatGPT to get the summaries. And then after that, we'll use ChatGPT to do the questions and answer period as well. Then we'll write our pitch. And then we will um, write our pitch, and then we will do our introduction, and then we should be basically done. And then we will finish this. See, it's very easy to just let that slide, but we're gonna try to make $1 million or more take home per year here. We're not gonna get there by doing a shit job. So now we go to the project management system. We need a system that can take care of project management for us. Let's do the why first. A project management tool is essential to actually getting things done, both for our clients and as well as internally. Without a project management tool, people basically or won't get anything done. They cannot read our minds as the founder. They cannot read our minds as cannot. People can't read our minds. They need to be told what to do, how to do it, and when it needs to be completed. This can all be achieved with a project management tool with a simple but effective setup and way of categorizing things. This will save you a lot of time and ensure people always know what to do. This should be built in a software like Trello, ClickUp, Asana, or Airtable. Everyone will everyone at our company will have an account. We or our managers will create and assign tasks and then manage the completion of different projects using the tool. Key here is to have an effective setup. We the last thing we want to do is over design or over engineer our project management setup so it becomes too complicated and people don't actually use it. Very good, very good. I think I spelled something wrong here. Yeah, let's. So how? Sign up for Trello and create a new board from left to right. Do the following things or the following categories: to-do list, assigned, in progress, roadblock, needs review, in revision. At the end of every day, make sure you assign tasks to people that need to get done. Make sure to put a description, short loom if necessary, and then assign a deadline. If the same person has multiple tasks, make sure to size them like A, B, C, D, for example, so they know which order to do it. Have a admin or should be an virtual assistant become your project management champion and have them ask people throughout the day to keep using and updating the tool and when they will be done. Set automatic reminders using Slack workflows to every single employee. to open the project management tool at 9 a.m. local time, and then to update it at around 4:30 p.m. local time to ensure it always gets used. That's kind of how you would do it. So let's do an example here. So let's open mine. I usually use Trello. So let's just put that in there. That here is an example layout that we always use. Doesn't- I don't think it's going to work properly. So in this case, we would take a picture of it because we have to have one picture per slide or per thing here. And of course, this is going to double as a picture for a lot of it. So you don't need to add it here, but just because this is not working properly. Oops, on my other screen. Now the daily schedule. If we do not have quiet time where we can do deep focused work, we will never actually be able to do any of the essential tasks that push the business forward. We will be stuck answering client and team questions, conducting usually pointless meetings, and just be running around the entire day, but not actually going anywhere. When we set up our schedule like this, we ensure we have 5 hours per day to work on high leverage tasks that make sure our agency will progress and grow over time instead of being stuck in the mud where we are right now. So, the daily schedule, we need to block the first 5 hours of our day. If we have meetings in that time, we will need to reschedule them. We will turn notifications off, except whitelisted contacts, you know, basically like our parents, spouse, etc. We will keep the phone out of the room. We will put in some earplugs and noise canceling headphones. We could probably put these as like bullet points, to be honest, make it easier to read. Our timer and workflow. This will ensure we have time to work on things. Or we still have 3 to 7 more hours pending. No, we still have, so 5 more hours to work, assuming we are submitting 5 or 10 forms per day on things like client work, meetings, sales, etc. No excuses. So go into your calendar right now and block out the first 5 hours of your day every day and set it to busy. Change your Calendly call scheduler to reflect that if it doesn't automatically get blocked off from being synced. Reschedule all of your meetings with your team and clients for the afternoon. Do not ever deviate from this. Delegate, automate, systematize any task that needs to get done that you used to do in that time. Now we can go, let's go to Google Calendar because my form or my calendar and my personal one is not going to, is already like cooked basically. So let's go dark mode, obviously. So I usually go from 7 under block, the work, PM repeats every weekday. And then you'd have your other stuff there. So, but just because we don't have that image there, we're going to do it like that. This is how your schedule should look. You will have things like sales calls, team meetings, etc. after your deep work periods. I don't know if my thing is just lagging or like what the hell is going on with some of this typing, but whatever. We'll deal with it for now. So now we have basically done all of our content. So let's go into Claude. Uh, I don't have a Claude account, but I have a Poppy account, which can use Claude. It's up here. I want you to make a 5-part summary for each of these wins. Key detail, but no more than 2 sentences per bullet point. See what happens. Use a problem, solution, implementation, result framework. You can use that for this one because that's another framework that we could definitely use. There you go. So let's get this into, where are we here? We could make it sound a bit more natural if we wanted to, but I'm going to be, just doing this for now. I rewrite all of these without jargon, right at a third grade level. Make it 100% from the perspective of an agency owner. Because I don't not from the first person perspective of an agency owner, just generally speaking, a high level over. And it's probably going to be easier to just do this. Probably just do this yourself a lot faster, to be honest. ChatGPT is so stupid, or even Claude is stupid, in my opinion. I'm going to go back to what it was before when it was actually half decent, just because we got to keep moving. And after this, we'll also get a Q&A. So let's do that same thing. So, do you remember all of the content I put in? Please create 10 questions and answers using the source material. Oh, and then let's just see what it says. Please create 10 questions and answers using the source material. No, create 10 questions and answers from the source material. Treat it like an agency owner is objecting to these tips, and these questions and answers are meant to convince them. Very good. That's the stuff that we wanted. So let's go right here. Let's get rid of some of this stuff just to make it easier. I like to use ChatGPT for this, even though you'd say you could do it yourself, but it often comes up with questions that I didn't think of. Like, and then it's like a lot more neutral. Like, if someone asked me this question, I would just say, well, your team doesn't respect you, you're a loser type thing. But when you do it like this, you get quite good. Rewrite these so they are easy to copy and paste. Do not use in them. Use periods if needed. It's not very easy to copy and paste. How is that easy to copy and paste? It's not. That's why AI is stupid. Separate Q and A. No need to put Q and A or it's the bane of my existence. Some of this AI stuff really is retarded. These look good. For example, I'd probably change this question, but we're already at an hour and we gotta kind of wrap it up. There we go. Very good way to do it with GPT here or Claude. Basically, we just need to do the introduction now, and then how I can help you. And then I'm gonna put my join scale your data. And I'm gonna put scale. Oops. Join my lead generation program is the best thing you will do this year. And then I'm just gonna leave it at that, just because it's not that. So basically, in our introduction, now that we have our stuff, we are going to do like basically the promise. We're going to do some pain. We are going to do some proof. We are going to do something, that's pretty much good. So, how are we going to do this? So, promise. Pain proof. Could we do? We could also do put about me in there. I'm actually going to change this to about this lead magnet. The results you will get. Basically, I'm just going to leave it at 5 slides. About me, about this lead magnet, why you need to do these, about these hacks. Basically, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to one of my sites. Hopefully, it actually loads. Gonna do something like that. Go. So about me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into something else that I've done and just copy and paste my little bio, if you want to call it that, in there. Just because once you've done this once, you don't need to do it all the way in time. These quick wins will do more for your business than mm, these quick wins take less than 24 hours to implement and can truly put your business ahead 5 years into the future, and do so entirely for free. Without having all 5 of these wins in place, you are not running a real business. These 5 wins will help your lead generation efforts, operations, employee management, and decision making. They are amongst five of the most important systems that an agency can have. Part of being a professional is having these systems in place help you grow. The results you're going to get: more time to work on the things that are actually important, less questions from your team, smoother and more consistent operations, better decision making through data. It also, yeah, more consistency and focus from yourself and your team. We could just leave it at that. So basically, this is how you would make a lead magnet. And this is going to be a 53-page lead magnet and five huge agency wins you can do in the next 24 hours. Like, that's basically all you need to do. About me, introduction. And now we have a great lead magnet that follows basically all of our rules. It is definitely worth $50 or more, even though it's free. It has actionable steps that they can take within 24 hours and get some quick wins. And it has a graphic or image or embed on every important slide. And that's basically it. That's how all we have to do to make a great lead magnet that is sure to capture and nurture some leads and paint us as a huge authority in our niche. So I hope this was valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.